Welcome back to Gentleman's Corner, guys. My name is David. Today I have a Splendid Saturday video for you. And today I am smoking the My Father Le Bijou 1922. Forgive my voice, I've been a little under the weather lately. Not COVID, but thank God, but just a little bit of seasonal allergies as it's moving through Texas. So, where are we? What was the last time that I spoke with y'all? I want to say we were predicting that a lockdown was going to be initiated in Texas, and true to form, about 2 days after I posted the last video, we were ordered into a lockdown by the mayor of San Antonio. So, still no statewide lockdowns, but we were given about 48 hours to compose ourselves, get everything in order. And that sounds horrible to say, something along the lines of like get your affairs in order, but my law firm is a non-essential business under the stay-home order. And so we began working remotely, and my wife's law firm as well, all began working remotely. And so there was a transition period of a couple of days where we were taking home files that we were working on or putting together packets of documents that we thought we might need. Now, it's not to say that we can't go into the office when we need to get materials that we need. But on the whole, the spirit of the order is we should be staying home. And in fact, that is the case for the most part. We have been staying home. So that has been the ultimate goal of this, is to create social distancing, prevent the spread of the coronavirus, and so far, as we've heard, it's working. Now, recently our governor has decided that Texas is ready to begin planning our triumphant return to an open economy. And I gotta say, I have mixed feelings about it. There are a lot of people that are jumping on the bandwagon of it's too soon, we haven't peaked yet, it's too soon to even start thinking about this, and I disagree with that. I do want to make sure that when we reopen, we have the proper procedures and measures in place to make sure that we don't have to go back on a lockdown, and that we can open up slowly and surely to let people resume what I'm calling the new normal. Because realistically, until a vaccine is with us, we will be in some form of restrictive measures until that takes place. So I think it's just good to kind of get ourselves in the mindset of there is going to be a new normal, and it's going to be with us for a while. This isn't like any disaster any of us have lived through in our lifetimes. I think the last time we had a serious lockdown like this was in 1918 with the Spanish flu. And hopefully we don't repeat the sins of our forefathers and end it too early to where we end up shooting ourselves in the foot. So who knows where it's going. In the meantime, lockdown has been more productive than I expected. I haven't been on the channel as much, unfortunately. We've had just some wacky weather going through on the weekends, and on the weekdays I'm trying to maintain a normal schedule, even as I'm working from home, of get up, go to my office, do work, my home office, do work, and then by the time the evenings roll around, I'm not really in the right mindset to come out here and review tobacco products. It's also been a lot harder to get a hold of tobacco products. So, what with all the brick and mortar shutting down as non-essential businesses, which is unfortunate because liquor stores are staying open, and I don't know that a liquor store is necessarily essential, but again, it's, who do you ask what is essential? But regardless, so I'm trying to kind of find the time to come out here now that the weather's improving and continue to talk with you fine people. Now, you may notice that I'm wearing a heavier coat today. It's not really cold outside, but it is wet. We've got some rain that is moving through in just kind of sparse pieces, and so I'm sitting underneath my umbrella on my back porch, hoping that this will be enough to protect myself and my phone, which is my camera, from any kind of droplets. In the meantime, I keep saying that in the meantime, there is no meantime anymore. So I have 2 pipe tobaccos that are lined up to be reviewed on the channel, and there will be a first impressions video for each and a full review. And those are going to be ready rubbed and 3-year matured, with the anticipation that those blends will be soon released by Peterson. Those are, of course, the old Dunhill blends, and I'm expecting that they will be re-released under the Peterson moniker. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm expecting that they will be. So I happen to have a couple of old Dunhill tins, and that's what I'm going to use for the review. So it's going to be just ever so slightly off. All of us who have aged tobacco, we know that, that the flavors deepen and change with time. So who knows what those are going to be like, but thought those might be a fun change of pace. And then what else? Other than that, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to talk about. This whole virus situation has kind of taken over the daily lives of most people. And even if you're not actively thinking about it, it's kind of running its way through your subconscious a little bit. And there is some just kind of day-to-day malaise and maybe even depression that comes with being in lockdown. I myself have had to come up with new hobbies and new ways to entertain myself that are driving my wife nuts. Some of you who follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you may have seen, I think I've mostly been posting this to Twitter. I've gotten really into buying vintage shoes on eBay and restoring them. I came across a YouTube channel called The Elegant Oxford with its host Preston Soto that I have been following, that does tutorials and demonstrations on proper restoration of old shoes and how to shine them. And I got really hooked on that for a little bit, and so I went crazy with that. I've been following recently another YouTube channel called The Royal Butler with its host Grant Harold, who is former butler to His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, and learning a little bit about butlering and proper ways to set a dinner table and set an afternoon tea tray and things like that, and stuff that is more associated with the old school aristocracy and old school high society and stuff like that. But I find it absolutely fascinating, and my wife just doesn't really understand why, and I really don't have a good way of explaining it. So yeah, I grew up watching movies and being around not high society, but upper middle class society. And I always imagined myself living in a big country estate and having the Tool sterling silverware and the Royal Dalton china and all that stuff. And it's not so much about the pedigree of the trappings, it's more so about just the spirit of, I like to experience the finer things in life, but I'm also OCD, and so the idea of learning how to properly set a table pleases that OCD nature in my brain. So it's been quite the adventure trying to just come up with new ways to entertain myself. Even more so because my birthday is at the end of this month, and we are still supposed to be in lockdown probably into mid-May. And so there's a little bit of kind of doing some research and plunking around on eBay and Amazon.com and whatnot, trying to find things to put on the birthday list. So really what ends up on my list eventually is, things like scotch. I love scotch. Everybody knows I love scotch. So that always ends up on the list at some point. I am a huge Star Wars nerd, and so that stuff ends up on there. I'm a huge cooking nerd, and so different kinds of cookbooks will usually end up on there. And so it all just kind of fluctuates, but this will be the first year that I have not been able to spend it with any of my extended family. So we're going to try and set up some kind of a Zoom thing for that. So that should be really fun. By the way, if y'all have tried Zoom, post in the comments about it. What do you think of it? I've done a few Zoom meetings now, and I haven't really made up my mind what I think about it yet. So anyway, like I said, having to learn new hobbies, new ways of entertaining myself. I have a piano upstairs in our house along with my guitar collection, and so I've been bouncing back and forth between the two. I'm a singer by trade, and so the guitar and the piano are just kind of secondary, just so I have something to sing with. But I'm okay with either one of them. So kind of segueing from that, I'd love to hear if y'all have picked up any new skills or new hobbies or anything that you have used as a way to cope with the boredom of quarantine. I know for me especially, I'm ADD, and so I tend to pick up on hobbies very quickly and easily, but then I abandon them just as quickly because I get bored of them. So I know some of you commented on the last Splendid Saturday video, and you were telling me about some of the things that y'all are doing in order to pass the time. And I'd love to hear if those have evolved as we have been going along. So I think that's it for today. Horrible ending. I really didn't plan this out because I was just out here smoking, and I realized, I've got 15 minutes that I can blow in this first third to make a Splendid Saturday video. So yeah, I guess go down in the comments, let me know what y'all have been doing just to kind of keep your mind busy. But I just wanted to give y'all a quick update on the channel, realizing I haven't been on for a month. Just to kind of let you know what all is going on, and to let you know I have not abandoned the channel. So be on the lookout in the next couple of weeks for the first impression and review videos of Dunhill Ready Rubbed and 3-Year Matured Virginia. And there will probably be a couple of cigar reviews thrown in there, assuming that I can pick through my humidor and come to a way to have myself let go of some of my better sticks. So other than that, guys, that's all I've really got. I'm sorry that it's such an abrupt ending to the video. If you liked the video, and I don't blame you if you didn't, please hit like. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please hit subscribe. I promise they're not all as random as this. And if you'd like to connect with me on other social media, you can find the links to my Instagram and Twitter in the description box below this video. Other than that, guys, this has been a very random, very unorganized Splendid Saturday. I hope you're all having a better, more organized Splendid Saturday than I am. And other than that, have a good one.